range, shouldn't they?
I mean, ICM is a big consideration here with 210s, I think.
Yeah, I mean, unless it's a situation where Heimiller thinks if I 3-bet here, he's never shoving worse pairs. That could be a scenario where he might opt to flat.
So the blind-on-blind situation, I'm overstating that.
It's just because it's the final table and there's ICM consideration, then you're playing with, older gentlemen who might play a more, a lower risk strategy.
Well, you know what? Heimiller just calls.
If you think your edge is really big in this and, people aren't going to be 4-bet shoving light, then there might not be reason to 3-bet call there.
Well, jack high flop. It's a good flop for 10s, but it's not going to stop Moss from firing again. And you wonder if Heimiller's got a read on this guy. They have been playing for a while.
Yeah, I mean, Heimiller's never folding.
Yeah, never folding here.
I'm assuming, what, you call one time, see what happens on the turn?
If the guy's capable, I mean, you're
he's probably
calling.
not going to double barrel unless
if he's not, I haven't been...
I don't know either, I'm just guessing.
And that's a good card for Heimiller because it's going to slow him down a lot.
Yeah.
What's the play if you're Heimiller now?
I think you check back.
You check back even though you don't have a 10 and a heart? You don't want a random heart to come off and beat you, do you?
Yeah, since I'm assuming this guy's not that tricky and not going to, check raise you too often, it might not be a bad spot to just bet to protect your hand.
Like what, maybe like 300,000?
How big is it?
The problem with...
Pot's 900,000, bottom right corner of your screen.
Yeah, the problem with betting here is if you bet and you get raised, or just like...
Well, you fold.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean...
I agree with you, Matt, just not in this scenario versus this particular guy.
Yeah.
I mean, if it is someone who's really tricky and capable of doing that, then yeah, you don't want to get put in that spot.
I mean, at the seniors event, generally speaking, and I don't want to throw people, I don't want to make a whole, generalization. But Moss is probably not checking here to check raise.
Yeah, which is exactly what I'm saying. Yeah.
He's checking because he missed.
He might have, ace-5 with the 5 of hearts, and if a heart comes, it just sucks.
I mean, he could have ace-king with the king of hearts, any of those hands where you actually would get value from worse.
Yeah.
He could probably continue to barrel, but if he had a heart, I think.
You think so?
But it depends what heart,
Yeah, I mean, if he had ace-king with an ace or king heart, but...
Well, Heimiller's thinking about it. He's probably, what it probably is? I can see it almost. I can see a little Faraz Jock on his left shoulder and a bigger Matt Salzberg on his right shoulder. Bet. Don't bet. Bet.
I mean, I think he knows he has the best hand here, but he's trying to think also, can he get this guy to bluff river sometimes, too?
I mean, there's a chance he calls with the 7 and an 8 as well.
Yeah.
No, he's going to bet. I don't like the sizing, though.
That looks like 5.
You guys like the sizing?
How big is that?
It's about 600,000.
Wow. That's a lot of your shoves. He only has... That's almost half of his stack.
625. Yeah, he put half a stack in there. Now, I'm going to give Heimiller the benefit of the doubt. He's been playing with Moss.
Yeah.
He's been playing with these guys.
But I mean, what is he worried about? Making it smaller. I mean, if you're beat, you're beat, and if you're not beat, you want to get a call out of him.
And it's a tough spot for Moss in the sense, you got ace-king suited in the small blind. It's such a pretty hand, but you're not going to get a worse run out than this.
I mean, you're putting him in a spot where he might feel the need to go all in with, a hand that he could possibly be beating right now.
Well, hey, if he gets value from Moss's ace-king of clubs, give him credit.
I mean, like, for example, let's say Moss has ace-8 with the ace of hearts right now. He might feel like he should just push all in, as opposed to if he bets smaller, he might just call.
Amy Kunkel tweets in, "Go Captain Moss."
625,000.
Kevin McSorley says, "Isn't it refreshing the seniors don't find it necessary to Hollywood like the young peacocks?" As Moss tanks for 75 seconds.
I don't think there's any Hollywood involved.
No, clearly not. And he lets it go. Good fold by him.
Heimiller just said, if you call there, I'm in trouble.
Right.
Yeah.
Scott Cordone says David Smith, the 70-year-old in seat number 2 with the WSOP hat. David Smith at Memphis Mojo is a very successful Memphis tournament player. Just thought you'd like to know that. Thanks, Scott. Appreciate the tweet. Michael Wilson is on your side.
June 8th, 2014.
Those years.